Want my cheating ex-girlfriend gone from my life, but she is pregnant with my child and keeps pressuring me. Feel stuck on how to proceed. Howdy, I need some help since I'm at a loss. I, a 31-year-old man, just ended things with my girlfriend 32F. With no exaggeration, I can claim that I did everything for her because I loved her so much. We dated for close to a year. We're on separate continents, yet I've flown halfway across the globe to see her whenever I could. Since I am able to do some of my business remotely, I could simply bring my laptop and spend time with her as I work and unwind. It was a long-distance romance because of the frequency with which my employment required me to return to my hometown. It was being discussed that we move in together. I was finishing all the necessary formalities so that she could move in with me later on this year. We discussed getting married and were both open to starting a family this year or next. Since she and I are of childbearing age, we would be overjoyed if she were pregnant. The last time I went to see her, everything had fallen apart. I had never had an STD before, but after just a week or two with her, I got genital herpes. I was suspicious since I had assumed we were exclusive, so I looked into the situation. I had suspected she was unfaithful, and now I had proof. She had been in a long-term relationship with another person, so we know she was with him until very recently. There was no indication that I even existed in the other guy's mind. She was seeing both of us simultaneously, but she finally chose me to be her long-term partner. Before I discovered out, she had already been over the other man for 2 months. Of course she saw him and had sexual relations with him while we were dating. This means she cheated on both me and the other man. However, he was discarded quite harshly, he was shattered and I was chosen. Still, he was never privy to the fact that she had cheated on him. And yet, I did it. Now I know that the lady I loved was unfaithful to me, to another man, and gave me herpes. When I questioned her, at first she denied my accusations. She persisted in lying, but my proof was indisputable, and she ultimately admitted guilt. She said that her previous engagement wasn't really serious and wouldn't go anywhere, and that's why she opted to be with me instead. Alright, I dumped her. The betrayal of a long-term lover by another person had devastated me once before. This was something she was already aware of. She was aware of how much I valued honesty and loyalty in a partner. Furthermore, I emphasized to her that having children is a major life decision that should be made only if you are financially and emotionally prepared to provide a secure environment for them. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to see my children deal with a broken household. All I want is a secure, happy, and loving relationship with a good man. But she already understood how strongly I felt about this. After finding out that she had been cheating on me, we got into a heated argument, during which I suggested that she take a morning after pill. Until I found out I was being cheated on, I felt we were in a committed, loving relationship where a child would be accepted. I advised her to take all precaution to avoid becoming pregnant under the circumstances. I took a flight back to the States and departed. I had zero interest in continuing our relationship. However, she neglected to take the morning after pill and 2 weeks later discovered she was expecting. It has made me so enraged that she has so thoroughly compromised and shattered my principles that I want honesty and loyalty in a relationship, and that I only want children if I can offer them a stable home and a stable relationship. I can't believe she dragged a kid into all of this. Now she's using the kid as a means of trying to keep me tied to her. It's clear that she still considers our wedding a done deal. The family knows, and they expect me to take responsibility, she says. Since I'm the likely culprit for her pregnancy, her family likely wants me to wed her. They want me to marry her and take care of the kids, or at the absolute least, to provide financially for them. There's a part of me that just doesn't think I can trust her. I've seen through her lies and manipulations, and I don't like what I see. Her loved ones are limited to hearing her version of the tale. In my opinion, this was not a mutually consenting relationship. We would not be together today if I had known the truth before we started dating. It seems like a trap and a fraud was put up for me. I didn't expect to be here. I've always dreamed of starting a family with a kind woman, so I may have her move in with me. She would respect me and help me be a better father. The whole thing was destroyed by her. I can't bring myself to return to her house since her 7 brothers have only heard her version of the tale. I have a lot of issues with the idea that I should take responsibility because of what others say. I'm not sure whether it's even wise to try going back there again. Just getting away from this lady would be a relief. I have no other interest in visiting her nation than the prospect of seeing her. The safety of her continues to be a worry of mine. Since she was let off 2 months ago because of COVID-19, she is in a tough financial bind. She comes from a broken home and is raising a boy from a prior relationship on a shoestring budget. She is expecting her 2nd kid as a single parent and has no means of support since the father of her unborn child refuses to have anything to do with her. She confided in me that she is at a loss as to how to get herself out of her funk. In spite of this pregnancy, she is praying that we will be able to be married. As soon as I make it plain that I don't want to marry her or stay with her after what occurred, she starts berating me for being selfish and unconcerned about the future of the kid. She's in a jam and she's counting on me to bail her out. I advised her to move on if marriage is what she really wants, to learn from her mistakes, and to treat any future spouse with love and respect. I'm struggling to figure out how I should feel towards this kid. There's a possibility it's not mine, given her track record of infidelity. Even yet, the odds are rather high that it's mine, given that she broke up with and hadn't seen the other boyfriend in 2 months prior to the conception. This is confirmed. Perhaps she did engage in sexual activity with other men. I know for a fact that she reactivated her dating app profiles on the day I dumped her and was en route to the airport. I checked. We were together quite a bit throughout her fertile window, thus it's quite probable that the kid is mine. I know her exact ovulation schedule. As I said, a baby was welcome. In my view, this lady is not suitable for shared parental responsibilities. I can't stand how she manipulated me and her previous boyfriend and how she lied and used others to get what she wanted out of this whole situation. I have no clue how co-parenting would work, especially considering the over $1,000 price tag and the 20-hour flight time required to get there. She can't afford to fly anywhere at the moment. As an added bonus, I am not sure whether it is safe for me to visit that location. I also won't let someone like that raise my kid for the next 2 decades while I'm her ATM. The fact that I was periodically assisting her financially and then discovering that her other partner was doing the same made me reconsider giving her money. At one time, I learned that she had requested me and another person for financial assistance with her rent and transportation charges. I had the impression she was trying to con me. To pull this off, she plans on using a newborn as a pawn for the next 18 years. Making me feel emotionally obligated to take care of this kid. Whether this turns out to be my kid, I've wondered if I should pursue full custody. However, I don't know how to care for a child on my own since I work 70 hours a week, run my own business, and am thus incapable of devoting sufficient time to parenting. To have a child into this world at that time was the last thing I wanted to do. Somehow, I feel like I've been tricked. I can't seem to get unstuck. To add to my confusion, I have no idea what would be best for the kid. To what end are human beings so pathetic? I want to assist my ex because I feel terrible for her and her life is a shambles which will have a major impact on our children, but I also want her out of my life so badly that I can't help but be angry at her. Toxic and abusive individuals are no longer welcome in my life, and I refuse to tolerate any more interference from them. Even still, a piece of me wonders whether she's all right. My emotions have been all over the place lately, from hoping she and the baby are well to despising her and wanting her out of my life completely. Constant herpes outbreaks don't help and likely skew my judgment since they make me despise her. Exhausting to say the least. What are some specific suggestions for improving cooperation? TLDR, my long-distance ex-girlfriend trampled all over my morals and ideals by cheating on me, spreading an STD to me, and moving halfway across the globe. I need her out of my life because I don't feel safe with her. Just after I left her, I found out she was expecting my kid, and now she won't stop trying to get me to take responsibility. In what direction should I take things with her? Though I sympathize with her, I refuse to allow myself to be exploited once again.